Oh, don't worry, don't mind this thing. The rest is going to be a regular Muppet vlog. Don't worry about it. Hey guys, this is Animat, and welcome back to the Muppet vlog. Now this time we're going to be looking into the 12th episode of the Muppets, which is A Tale of Two Piggies. Now it's actually interesting to note that this is the kind of episode that it went with one direction, but then suddenly it just decided to go completely in another route that I didn't know it would go. Because the funny thing is that when the episode started, I thought that this would be an entire episode dedicated to Uncle Deadly, since it started off focusing more in the fashion sense, where Miss Piggy actually had a wardrobe malfunction where her tail suddenly appeared. And yeah, that, by the way, that's actually a cute way to go around a wardrobe malfunction with the Muppets. But yeah, like, we actually took a moment to look into Uncle Deadly and, like, trying to figure out what to do in this situation. I thought it would be more dedicated to him and that he needs to solve this situation with Miss Piggy, but no. It actually turned out that Miss Piggy decided that she wants to embrace her inner pig and lets out this major promotional campaign called Unveil the Tail, where she decided to be proud of who she is and, like, reveal her oddity of having a pigtail and stuff like that. But of course the network executives say no, and Kermit has to find a way around that. So, yeah, I have to say that overall with this episode, at least with the main story, I gotta say that this is another example of how they really are trying to improve with some of the flaws from last time. The one significant thing that I did notice is that in this episode, at least, they really didn't take the time to focus on a celebrity guest star, with the exception, of course, of Joan Jett singing Reputation, I believe. That's the song, right? Reputation? Like, I don't give a damn about my reputation. I don't know. I don't know much about songs, but anyways, yeah, like, they didn't really focus much on the celebrity guest stars. It's not like last time where Key and Peele was prominently featured. It was just about the Muppets, and it actually is pretty good that they went in that route. And one thing, a massive improvement that I saw, and surprisingly, it's a massive improvement from the last episode, is that I noticed how Pache was absent, and they brought in Sam the Eagle to be, like, kind of the censorship executive there. Now, I know that this was pretty much the original role that they wanted to set up with Sam the Eagle, but wow, does it fix so many problems. Number one is that I do hope that they do keep Sam the Eagle in this position, like, kind of be the replacement of Pache in this sense. That would actually be fantastic. And number two, they actually fixed Sam the Eagle. This actually feels like Sam the Eagle more than in any other episode of the Muppets. Like, now I do feel like this is Sam the Eagle, the man who wants to keep everything straight, who wants to keep everything clean. It's all good. There's no absolute bullcrap of having a crush with Janice. It all works out. This is actually fantastic. I do actually hope that they do keep Sam the Eagle in this position at the very least. Like, they make him more, like, as the executive and stuff like that. It just completely works out. Maybe it could be too good to be true that, like, they would remove Pache and put in Sam the Eagle in its place, because they did say that they want to make him a recurring character. And plus the fact that they even did bring back the television exec, like, the network executive. They did bring her back, so she is kind of part of the antagonist as well, trying to do the same thing. But, I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but overall, like, that's one of the major things that I really am happy about this episode, is that how they really fixed Sam the Eagle. And interestingly enough, they actually have a second story which actually revolves around Gonzo, Rizzo, and Pepe, where they decided to go and find a new house. But the main subject, holy crap, it goes into something that I have been demanding for a very long time, that I've been constantly like shouting out that it was such a big issue in the last time. They finally bring up Camilla! After all this time, finally they revealed that apparently Gonzo broke up with... No, actually, maybe it's the other way around. Either way, Gonzo and Camilla broke up on Groundhog's Day, and that's why you see Gonzo being single and all that stuff. And they decided a solution was to go and buy a new home. And, like, it was a pretty luxurious home, I gotta say. It looks pretty nice. And, I would say that this is the part that's more comedic in this episode, because they bring up a lot of good gags, especially they brought up Big Mean Carl's sister, Big Mean Carla. That's probably some of the funniest characters in this episode. It actually worked out very well. And overall, like, it's pretty much, it doesn't have that much use to, like, the overall episode itself, but it definitely answers a big question, and I think that's what really makes it very satisfying, is to answer the question of what the fridge happened to Camilla. And it actually is interesting to see, like, more of a character development with Gonzo's relationship with Rizzo and Pepe, like, especially, like, Gonzo's relationship with Rizzo, considering, especially for people who grew up in the 90s and stuff like that, we know them as the frickin' dynamic duo in Muppets Christmas Carol and Muppet Treasure Island, so at least that works out. Oh, and especially the one thing that I do need to bring up is the climax. Now, without really revealing anything much, well, let's just say that with all the things that I said about that side story with Gonzo and the crew, yeah, this, like, now we need to watch more episodes. Yeah, this is the kind of cliffhanger that really works to the point that we gotta see what's up at this point. Like, holy crap, now things are getting interesting now. Like, okay, not only is the question answered, but now we could have a continuation with what's up. Like, finally, like, now they're really getting into the issue. Now they're really going to solve this problem. Now, there are a few things, however, that I will say it is kind of a flaw for this episode. And that is with number one is regarding the message. Now, it is a good message what it's trying to say. You know, it's always important to be yourself. Don't be ashamed of who you are, no matter who tells you, even if it's just a network executive saying that you shouldn't show that on television or whatever. Just be proud of who you are. And in a sense, I do feel a little bit like the message here is a bit forced, especially by the end of the episode. Like, the message really is trying to push hard about being yourself with the whole pigtail thing. Like, you know, like, in the episode, Miss Piggy wants to embrace her inner pig, so she wants to show, like, yeah, who she really is. She's a pig and stuff like that, so she wants to show off her tail and stuff. So, in a way, like, you really do get the message the moment, like, they try to, you know, like, the first time they talked about it, but then, like, it keeps going on, and they keep pushing it and pushing it. So, like, even though, yeah, it's a nice message, it does feel a bit forced. Like, they are trying to push it, especially when they bring in Joan Jett singing Reputation and stuff like that. Like, that's another element that does push in regarding the message. And that's actually the second problem that I have with the episode, is actually regarding Joan Jett. Now, I have nothing against her, but the way that they brought her in and, like, how they used her and stuff like that is just, it doesn't really seem that good. It's actually because the moment when she's saying Reputation, it is absolutely stupidly obvious how she was just lip syncing it and stuff like that. It's like, it's not just like, oh, she recorded on the side and she acted in front and stuff like that. No. I feel like they just took the song itself and they just put it into the soundtrack and stuff, and she had to lip sync to that. Now, I don't know if she had, like, some kind of condition or something like that. I don't know, but, like, I just feel like it's so obvious how fake it is. It's just, I don't know. It's like, it's either you put up the song, you know, you make her more useful or something like that, but I don't know. I just feel like Joan Jett's appearance feels a little bit arbitrary. It feels a bit useless. I think that's the best word. It's like kind of pointless that she is there in the first place. Like, if you're just gonna use the song itself, just use the frickin' song. Like, you don't have to make Joan Jett come in to fake her own song, you know? That's a little bit of an issue, but overall, I will say that this is a really legit good episode, and once again, they are solving a lot of problems that the previous episodes had, especially with the factor with Camilla and stuff like that, and even Sam the Eagle. So, this is actually going very well. Yes, there are a few problems, but I am really satisfied with what they're doing. And who knows, maybe they will solve more problems like down the line and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see what else that they have in store. But until next time, see you later, dudes!